Hello everybody, it's your boy Oscar. Today, the long-awaited video for the football season review of 2025 is going to happen today. 2 days today, everybody. As you can see, I will start with the Eredivisie and then I will start going to the other clubs from the other competitions and we'll see from there. So, let's just start with how the beginning was. If I can move it. I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't. Well, that's shit. So let's start with the ones the two that got relegated from the Eredivisie. That's gonna be our first one, last place, Almere City. Let's just say they didn't have a great season ahead of themselves, but if you take a look at what they did, like, they got 22 points, still decent, but overall their season was like a flood. I mean, it was a fluke, but it wasn't terrible, so overall I would give him probably his five. A 5 out of 10. Because they were not too shabby this season. Let's be honest. They weren't too shabby. We're on to 17th place. That's going to be RKC Waalwijk. And dang, I expected a lot more from them. And I got something in my fucking eye. A lot more in my fucking eye. God damn. My eyes are bleached, dude. My eyes are bleached. Not really bleached, but you gotta get the point. So let's move on to RKC Waalwijk. Let's just say I'm quite disappointed of how they did. I expected much more of a fight from them than I did in the previous years. Let's be honest. They did have a little bit of struggle in this year, which of course I can't blame. You can't blame the staff. You can't blame the players from there. You can't even blame the trainer who literally tried his best to keep him alive, but it was in vain. And yeah, literally RKC was been a fluke. RKC's season was literally a fluke. So I would give it probably like a 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 10 because like in the beginning of the season they didn't even win until they did in November, because then they won. What was their first game they won? Probably against Heracles or something. No, not Heracles. It was someone. Right, yeah, it was against FC Twente home. And moving onward to place 16, that's also relegated by the way. Willem 2. Let's just talk about those guys for a second, because they were off to a flying start in the Eredivisie. It was their first year back in the highest tier of football in the Dutch league. And, well, they started off well. They even got a draw against my club Feyenoord, which, of course, I blame fully the referee and the VAR still. I fully blame the referee because he should just whistle the game off and just let the VAR connect again before we proceed playing. And yeah, obviously, I was pissed about that. And am I glad Willem 2 was gone? Kinda, but at the same time I'm not, because I really wanted to get my revenge on these jerks. But hey, who cares? Who cares? If you want to know who got promoted in their place, it was Telstar. Telstar got promoted after like 75 years, so we're gonna see them back next season in the Eredivisie. So I would give Willem 2 season like probably a 6, because they were off to a great start, but after like a winter break, like they really went downhill fast. Moving on to the ones that survived, the top 10, the top 15 until top 10, it's going to be the first one, NAC Breda. And obviously, they surprised me. They were not that bad this season. Like, what? Oh, yeah, right. NAC Breda weren't too bad this season. Like, of course, they weren't too shabby, but like, I mean, you really can't, we didn't expect much from them, but hey, they still fought on and won much of the games, even against Ajax. So yeah, overall I would give NAC like an 8, because they surprised me. Moving over to number 14, that's Heracles Almelo. I would give them probably like a 6. They were good. Like, they reached the semifinals of the Dutch Cup, which obviously they lost, unfortunately, against AZ Alkmaar. But overall, I would probably give their season like a 7, because like they were pretty good in the Dutch Cup. When over to number 13, who also got promoted back, it was FC Groningen. FC Groningen, how we call them in the Netherlands. They were off to a flying start. They were unbeaten. Even got a draw against us after we fucked the lead against them in Euroborg. And overall, they were pretty good. So I would probably give them like an 8 out of 10 because like they had a flying start. Of course, after the winter break, they kind of disintegrated, but not as bad as Willem II. Moving over to Sparta Rotterdam. Sparta Rotterdam. Overall, I would probably give their season like a 5. I expected much more from them. Like, they were always like standard top 6 or something, but they sucked this season for some reason. I mean, before the winter break, they weren't even that bad, but I mean, after the winter break, they were absolutely shit. They should be glad they're not relegated, because look how close it was. Moving over to number 11, and was originally the playoff spot, and it was Fortuna Sittard. Sittard did surprise me a lot, but not as much as it did with, of course, Go Ahead Eagles, which we'll talk about soon. But however, why do you ask why they were like in the European spot and why they gave up suddenly on that fight? Like, it was like sad because the UEFA banned them from that because they didn't have UEFA Ascension for the UEFA game card, which means they can't play European football, which means it sucks because like I gladly wanted to see Fortuna Sittard play the like the Conference League or something. So overall, I'll give probably Fortuna probably like an 8 because they fought well and they remained, which normally you would do. Number 10, Pek Zwolle. I would say they surprised me because they even beat league leaders PSV. That was probably the most funniest thing I've ever seen so far this season. Like, they beat league leaders PSV, which we'll talk about later this video. And overall, they did pretty well, so I would probably give them like a 9 out of 10. Moving over to the numbers 9 until 5, because that's going to be where our Conference League things are going to be. It's going to be number 9, Heerenveen, and god damn. I thought, after that 9-1 defeat in Alkmaar against AZ, like, I thought they were going to get relegated. Like, the guys are going to get relegated. This is it. This is it. Heerenveen is going to get fucking relegated. Look where they are. 9th place. Of course they didn't make it, but who cares? They fought well. And overall, I would give them probably like a 9.5, because, like, they fought their way back to the top. And obviously, that's not too shabby for them. Moving on to number 8, NEC Nijmegen, oftewel, aka NEC Nijmegen, we call them in the Netherlands. They were not too shabby as well. Like, they had a slow start, even or probably near the relegation zone in like before the winter stop. But like, yeah, they weren't too shabby, and they fought their way back on top. Even got to the European playoffs. Overall, we'll give them probably an 8. Why? Because they placed in top 8. That's funny. I get it. Moving onward to Go Ahead Eagles, the shocker of this season, I would personally call them. Let's just say their season has been a miraculous one. Let's just say their season has been an absolute stunner. They fought well. They even reached the final of the KNVB Cup, of the Dutch Cup. Even won the bloody thing on penalties against AZ Alkmaar. And obviously, that's not too shabby for a small club like Go Ahead. Like, they're going to play European football for the first fucking time in, like, years. Which, of course, they also did last season. But they lost in the Conference League second playoffs against SK Brunn from Norway. Which, of course, I can't blame them because they weren't ready for that shit yet. But now, they got a squad that's probably looking ready, dude. So, overall, I would give them probably like a 10 so far, because, like, Go Ahead has been really good this season overall. And their trainer, Paul Simonis, he wasn't too shabby as well. Moving over to number 6, FC Twente. And boy, oh boy, they had a fall off this year. Well, in the Eredivisie at least. In the Eredivisie, they sucked most of the time. We even bested them like 2-6 in fucking Enschede. Even my club Feyenoord even smashed them to dust. And I was literally surprised, because, like, we never win there. And we win there once in, like, five fucking years. So, what else can I say? But they did well in the Europa League. Like, they got a point against Man United, and they even got a point against Fenerbahce of Turkey. Even got 3 points against Malmo and Besiktas. Unfortunately, lost in the knockout playoffs against Bodo Glimt, which reached half the semifinals. Which, shocker. Let's be real. And obviously, I would give Twente probably like an 8.5, because like they They were good in the European, in Europe, but, like, they weren't good in the Dutch league, so let's be honest about that. Moving on to number 5, it's AZ Alkmaar, and, dude, they have been on fire this season, dude. The guy... Alright, so let me talk, because AZ Alkmaar reached the round 16 of the Europa League, got knocked out by Tottenham Hotspur, which we'll talk about later in this video as well. Tottenham Hotspur... And they reached the final, which they lost against Go Ahead, but they did get some shocking wins, even against Ajax, again. And almost against PSV as well, because PSV was by the... But we'll talk about them later. So overall, I'm going to give AZ Alkmaar's season probably like a 9, because, like, they weren't too shabby. And moving on to the 4th until the champion, or aka number 1, we're going to move to number 4, FC Utrecht. Or how we call them in the Dutch league, FC Utrecht. Let's just say their season has been an absolute shocker. Like, dude, they have been on fire this season. Like, they haven't lost like much away games. They only lost probably like 2 or something. And overall, their season has been really good. Even smashing Ajax in their fucking own turf, 4-0. Not even leaving them with a freaking chance. Same goes for NEC, because they bested them, like, in the arena in Amsterdam, like, 0-3. Like, I was laughing my ass off. Oh, dear, oh, dear. And that's how they fucked up the championship. So, overall, I would give them probably, like, a 4. Not a 4. Probably a 9.5, because, like, they did well. And now let's talk about... That's just probably going to take a little while. Because I'm going to talk fully about my club, Feyenoord. Fully. Yes, not even 1 game, not even 2. Just 1. All of them. All of them. Because otherwise this video is going to be way too short, and we don't want that to be happening, right? So, let's start from the beginning, because... Or I can't even start from the beginning. Damn. Dang. Damn. Can I just fucking... Really? Oh, really? Can't I now? Oh, really? Well, I mean, you gotta take a look at what they did. I'll take a look. Fine. I mean, I'll probably have to do it like this. Probably. If I'm even allowed to do that. So let's just say they started against Willem II away at home. Lost draw, 1-1, sadly, because our goalkeeper was absolute shit that match. Did we grab us against Pek Zwolle, I guess. Did concede a goal, which of course sucked. Because our new trainer Brian Priske didn't do too shabby, actually. I didn't think he was too shabby. It's sad that he got sacked, but like he didn't he didn't do too bad. Like he was pretty great. Like the people just need to give him time just to adapt to the system. Instead, we all became lousy little fuckers, and we didn't give him the fucking space he needed. Like, my dudes, leave the guy, let the guy do his fucking thing. Of course, we then drew our 2 games against Groningen, which we took a 2-0 lead against these fuckers. Even got a draw against Sparta, which of course we got a red card against. And then got our ass served on a plate by Bayer Leverkusen. In our first league phase in the Champions League. Then we won against NAC Breda. We did get a draw, unfortunately, again against NEC, because our goalkeeper was absolute shit that match. Did get our first away win since years against fucking Girona. And then beat a Twente Go Ahead. Even beat a fucking Benfica and Utrecht away. Which, by the time, we were actually on a fucking hot streak. And I was like, okay, we're gonna still turn this thing around. And we lost to Ajax 0-2, which, I wasn't too happy about, because our goalkeeper really was terrible. It's like you were watching fucking Andre Onana in goal, dude. The guy made more mistakes than he ever will. Well, he made less mistakes than Andre Onana did in the entire season, so you would call that. I was there against AZ Alkmaar home, and we did beat him 3-2. Unfortunately, we did fuck up against RB Salzburg, which I didn't expect. I kind of expected we would smash him like 4-0, but we got our ass served on a plate by him, which, yeah, of course. Then we got ourselves a win against Almere City and Heerenveen. And then came the shocker, because then we fucking got a point in Manchester after being 3-0 down against fucking Manchester City. We got ourselves a point in Manchester. Like, dude, I was screaming. I was literally screaming out of pure joy, because, dude, that is a beautiful result. I was literally happy. I was like, okay, I'll take a draw. Like, sure, we could have won the thing, because Man City wasn't that great that game, and we could have won the thing, but, like, I was like, okay, a draw, I'll accept it, Dude, I was so happy. Of course, we got a draw against Fortuna Sittard at home, which, of course, you could just write on your freaking bingo card for next season. We're gonna get a draw against these motherfuckers again in our own turf, because they always fucking get a point in our turf, dude. What is it with Fortuna Sittard? We did get ourselves a win against RKC Waalwijk. Even beat Sparta Prague, which kind of settled in for the Champions League playoffs, but we didn't need a point, which we'll cut there. We'll get there shortly. Did beat Heracles Almelo in our turf. Even beat MVV in the cup. Then we got our ass surfed on the plate by freaking PSV Eindhoven, which I was not too mad about it, but, like, I was sad. Like, I was mad, but I wasn't too mad. Like, we would have got another shot at them. Then we got ourselves a friendly win against Fortuna Düsseldorf. But then get the fucking bullshit. We first lost our game against fucking FC Utrecht. In our own turf, like, I was fuming. And the referee there, dude, I was about to fucking throw a stone at my TV. Because, like, I was mad at the ref. No. Don't want to see Rensenberg's boy shit. Then we got ourselves our cup. We threw in the cup, round of 16. We got ourselves tied up with freaking Rijnsburg's boys from the 3rd division. Or the 2nd division. Sorry, not the 3rd division. Beat it at 1-4. We should not have conceded a goal against him. It was like, that's a shambolic thing that could happen. Then we drew against Willem II again, because these fuckers are way too good at getting draws against us. And they gave an absolute shocker. We needed a point against either Lille or Bayern. And we got ourselves a 3-0 away home win against Bayern Munich. Like, dude, we absolutely cooked them. Of course, we got our ass surfed on the plate 3 times in a row. But freaking Lille, Ajax, and freaking PSV. Dude, like, I was fuming. Like, dude, what the hell? Of course, we did get a win against Sparta. And then came the round of 16 knockout playoffs against AC Milan. And I was there in the game. Like, that was my first fucking European football night in Rotterdam. And I was like, we're not going to win this thing, are we? We fucking won against our first encounter against AC Milan. We won. They kept the away game. This is not Breda. We should have gone 1-0 because that was not offside. And the VAR should not have disallowed the goal. But, hey, point's a point, I guess, in Breda. We did get a draw against AC Milan, and that was enough for us to go to the round of 16 for the first time in like a couple years, which of course that was great in our eyes. Then we beat Almere City 2-1 in our own turf. Then we got a draw against NAC, which is sad. And then we got eliminated by Inter Milan in the Champions League. I mean, look, you can't expect it, because like I kind of expected it, because Inter were at that time on a hot streak, and of course we had a lot of injuries this season, so of course I kind of expected Inter would just vault over. But if we had a full team, I would have put my bets that we would have won the fucking thing, and we would have gone to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Imagine that. But hey, look, round 16, we got ourselves far. Then we beat it Twente away for the first time in like years, which of course was great. Even beat it Go Ahead Eagles in our own turf. Beat it Groningen. Even beat it AZ. Beat it Fortuna Sittard. Beat it freaking Pek Zwolle. Even beat it Heracles. And then came the big showdown against PSV. And I thought, like, if we want to get 2nd place, now's the time. If we can strike them down, like, they're like 2 points behind and their championship hopes are gone. We did get 2-0 up, and Win had a chance to, like, make it 3-0. He missed it, though, but, of course, I wasn't too bad. I was like, we gotta make 3-0. It's gonna be easy. We capitulated in the injury time. Fucking Noah Long made 2 freaking goals, and we capitulated. I was like... And he was literally screaming at the audience, and I was like, dude, piss off, piss off. I was literally saying to my TV, dude, fuck off. Look at you clapping, I'll clap you in a minute. Oh, I was pissed. I was pissed at that guy. But of course, we then beat RKC Waalwijk, which kind of settled in our third place. And then of course, we lost against Heerenveen. Because we absolutely love losing. But that's literally not the most important case of this game. So overall, I would give Feyenoord season, because they did so well in the Champions League. Like, I would give their season probably like a 10. Because, like, we did very well in the Champions League. Of course, this year in the Eredivisie, we kind of sucked. But, who cares? We did well. We got third place. We can play the Champions League playoffs, which we'll likely face. If we survive the third qualifying round, we're gonna face Benfica or freaking Club Brugge again, dude. I don't want to face Benfica that early. No, just give us Club Brugge then. Like I have confidence that we can beat those chumps to death. Moving on to second place, Ajax, and dude, they were shocking. Like, of course, the trainer did also like a very good job. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call them, per se, like, pretty good. Like, sure, they were on fire, and they reached the Europa League round of 16, which they got their ass served on a play by Eintracht Frankfurt. Frankfurt. Yeah, that's funny. And they lost. So, I would give Ajax season, like, probably, like, a 9 out of 5. 9.5, because, like, they were not too shabby. And then we got the league leaders, PSC, and who would have seen this coming? Like, Ajax was leading the table at some point. Like, they were leading like 9 points clear of these chumps. 9 points clear. Don't get me wrong. And PSV didn't really have a big fall off after the winter break. But they re-grabbed themselves after they, like, fought Arsenal and Juventus. And they literally just surprised me. You know what's funnier? In their Champions League, they even beat freaking Liverpool, who were at the time unbeaten in the league phase, and they just trashed them 3-2. Without Liverpool even bringing Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, even the others. Like, dude, PSV shocked the entire world. So, that's literally going to be my thoughts on the Eredivisie season. We're going to talk about the other big football clubs now, because, like, of course, everyone wants to know what my opinion is on the big football clubs now, eh? Let's start with Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich were pretty good. I would personally, Bayern Munich were not too shabby this season. Like, Harry Kane got his first trophy, so I would probably give him like a 9 out of 5, because like they were pretty good. Barcelona really became champions, and Yamal was on fire, so probably would give him a 9 out of 5. Even reached the semifinals, but unfortunately lost to Inter Milan in the semifinals. In a thriller of a match. Bayer Leverkusen season a little bit more underwhelming, but their previous season, like unbeaten champions, my hat goes off to them, dude. But they came far in the Champions League, even right to round of 16, but unfortunately they fucked it up. So overall, I'll give their season like probably a 5. No, not a 5, an 8. Dortmund, disappointing. I would probably give their season like a 6. They did come far in the Champions League, but they did reach the final like last season, so I would probably do that. We're gonna talk about Madrid. Real Madrid have a really big fall off, so I would probably give their season like probably like 10. Their season is not over yet because they have the Club World Cup coming up, but I don't think they're gonna make it too much effort going into there. So I'll probably give their season like a 7, because like they have been very disappointing. Man City on the other hand, dude, like they had a big fall off this season, but at least they kind of regret themselves like at the end of the season. Unfortunately, they did lose the FA Cup final against Crystal Palace, which of course I didn't expect. So I would probably give Man City their season like a 9 out of 8.5, because like they were pretty good in the Champions League. They got knocked out by Real Madrid again, which of course I can't blame them. So I would probably give Man City their season a 9.5. 9.5. Atletico de Madrid, I would probably give an 8, because like they did well in the Champions League, but they got stolen. They got their penalty. That penalty of Julian Alvarez should have counted, because like he didn't touch it twice. Real Madrid got fucking saved by the bell again. So I would probably give Atletico de Madrid like a 9, even better than fucking Real Madrid, because fuck those guys. And Man United, dude, they were terrible. I would probably give their season like a 1. I am sorry. I'm sorry for every Man United fan out there, but I'm sorry, Man United were absolutely shit. Look, even the whole fucking United fan base would probably agree with me, because, like, they were absolute shit that season, dude. They did came to the fucking Europa League final. They lost against freaking Tottenham Hotspur. Gave them a fucking trophy after how many years? 17. And Man United blew it. Like, they're the new bottle jobs now. And everyone's going to remember them like they gave Tottenham a trophy. Oh, dude. What the hell? Olympique Marseille were pretty good, so I'll probably give their season like a 9.5 as well, because, like, they were pretty good. They were not too shabby. Mainz and Madrid have really got a freaking rise up, so I would probably give them like a 6, because they've really risen out of the freaking ashes. I'm not going to talk about every first division army of the first division club of the Netherlands. I'll probably make a few exceptions, but who would say? Who would say Sporting Portugal, Sporting Lisbon, or whatever you may call them. I don't know exactly their name. I would probably give their season like a 9, because, like, they came far in the Champions League. Unfortunately, they lost to Dortmund, which, of course, I can't blame him. But Victor Gyökeres, dude, that guy is on fire. And then Porto really got a disappointment of a season, so I'll probably give them. I would probably give them like a 6, because they were terrible. They were very bad. What else we got? Newcastle. Newcastle was pretty good, so I'd probably give their season like an 8, because they did win the Carabao Cup against fucking Liverpool, so yeah, I'll probably give them an 8, because they were pretty good. Liverpool, I would probably give a 10, because, like, they became champions. And Arne Slot worked his magic. I told you, Liverpool fans, Arne Slot will work his magic. Benfica, I would probably give like a 10, not a 10, a 9, because, like, they almost became champions, but they fucked it up against Sporting Portugal, so I'll probably give them a 9 out of 10. So that's, I know it's a little low for them, but, like, I can't do much about it now, can I? Monaco, I'll probably give their season, probably like a 10. No, not a 10, an 8, because they were second in the French league, but you know full well League O's PSG's domain, so you know full well that's going to be PSG's domain. And speaking of them, PSG, I would give their season probably an 11. Even race behind the 10. Because, like, PSG season has been phenomenal. Like, they won a treble, won the league, won the Coupe de France, and even won the Champions League, even in the final, like, trashing Inter 5-0. I did not see that coming. So I would probably give PSG like an 11 out of 10, because, like, they have been phenomenal this season, the entire season. Palace, I would probably give a 10 as well, because, like, they have been good. Like, they reached European football for the first time. Got a Carabao, got the FA Cup against Man City. Excuse me. So I'll probably give them a 10, because Palace is that good. Palace is that good, dude. Palace is that great. Tottenham Hotspur, I would probably give them... depends. They were 17. They were lucky not to get relegated, because they were absolute shit this season. So but they did win the Europa League, so I gotta have to give them credit. Even freaking Human Son, because he got his first trophy as a Tottenham player, so I'll probably give Tottenham like a 7 out of 10, because, like, they were pretty good in the Europa League, even beating us at Alkmaar. Did lose in the first leg though, but hey, who doesn't? Do I forget somebody? Oh yeah, Arsenal, and I would probably give their season like probably like a 6. I'm sorry, but they got second again. No trophies. They beat Real Madrid in the final, but got their ass served from the plate by PSG in the semifinals. So I would probably give their season like a 6, because, like, they got knocked out in the FA Cup in the second round already against fucking Man United. Got their ass served to the plate by Newcastle in the semifinals of the Carabao Cup, and got second again in the league, which, of course, it's Arsenal. It's typical Arsenal. What do you expect? They bottle more than they win, so what do you expect? I don't know if I miss anything. I hope I do, but otherwise I'm going to be very upset. Oh yeah, right. Inter Milan. I would probably give their season 5. No, not a 5. A 7. Because they were pretty good. They were pretty good until they reached the Champions League final. Because they got fucked by freaking PSG. They got their ass served to the plate once again. So I'll probably give their season like a 7. It could still agree because like they have the Club World Cup coming, so it could change at any time. And into Miami, I'm not gonna talk about that because look, I don't hate Messi, but I don't talk about the MLS. I'm sorry, I don't like the MLS. I do not like the MLS. So I should not gonna talk about them. Napoli, I would probably give their season like a 10, because like they became champions and they did pretty well, so I would probably give their season a 10. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode of football again, once again, folks. Let me know your prediction. Let me know your thoughts on the football season of 2025. And I'll see you all probably like in 2 weeks for the Fire Emblem Summer Banner Round 1. Anyway, peace.